What's going on, everybody? Black Reality TV, and back at y'all with another one. Shout out to the whole LDBC, the Lions Den Boxing community. Y'all please go subscribe to the new page on YouTube, the Smoke City Mobcast. Every Wednesday night, there will be a live stream discussing the current state of boxing, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's get into this, man, real quick. I saw an interview that was very, very disturbing to me. It was on Fight Hype. And shout out to Fred from Barbershop Conversations for drilling Keith Ponytail Thurman with some questions, man. And he was right about it, man. He need to be unifying and mixing it up with the top competition, man. I believe, and a lot of people believe, he is milking that injury. I'm not saying that he wasn't hurt, but I mean, he sure didn't look like when he was out in DePaul. You know what I'm saying? He sure wasn't favoring that injury then. So he basically saying, man, straight up, man, you need to be unifying the fight in the top competition. And you only fight once a year. And then Steven Espinoza comes out of nowhere and sits there and says, that's a ridiculous statement to make. How the fuck is that how's that a ridiculous statement to make? He fought Danny Garcia last year. He only fought once that year. The year before that, he fought Sean Porter. He fought once that year. Like, so how is that a ridiculous statement to make? He hasn't been active lately. And now he's scheduled to fight in May. It was reports that Jesse Vargas was a potential opponent. Now Jesse Vargas out here totally disrespecting him. Keith Thurman says that it's all rumors. But the thing about it is, Keith, you still don't have an opponent, man. Who is going to be your opponent for May? But the thing that pissed me off was the way Steven Espinoza totally disrespects the number one best fighter in the sport, Terence Bud Crawford. Now, he sits there and says, oh, well, Terence Crawford, he doesn't have a resume at 147. Well, no shit, dumbass. He just moved up there. He just moved up. He cleaned out 140. He became the undisputed champion at junior welterweight. And he's in negotiations, and I believe the fight will be announced pretty soon, him fighting Jeff Horn on the WBO side of the house. And it'll be in April, and it's going to be, most likely it's going to be in Vegas. But Steven Espinoza, was you saying the same thing about Danny Garcia when Danny Garcia moved up to 140 to 147? Did you say the same thing? No, you didn't. So let me run down Danny Garcia's brief resume. His three fights at 147 so far. He fought a feather-fisted Paulo Malignaggi who was way past his prime, no punching power. A gatekeeper. He fights him. He fights that fight, and that elevates him to a Keith Thurman fight. And then he fights Keith Thurman next. He gets decisively beat. All right. Then he takes an entire year off. Then his recent fight was against Bam Bam Rios, who is a stationary sock'em rock'em type of fighter who's just going to stand in the pocket, no head movement, no lateral movement. You already know what you're going to get when you're fighting Brandon Rios. So those three fights, what makes that resume so impressive that he should be in the mix of fighting Keith Thurman again? Answer that, Steven Espinoza. Please answer that. I'll wait. But if Terence Crawford beats Jeff Horn and decisively beats Jeff Horn, he has a better resume than Danny Garcia, and he only fought one fight. I can make that argument easily. I know a lot of other people will too. So stop it. Cut it out. That's nonsense, man. But anyway, man, salute to Fred from Barbershop Conversation for drilling him and not backing down for Steven Espinoza, man. Steven Espinoza is full of shit, man. But anyway, I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.